Everyone says Get 666 is trash because he's loopable. That's only true if you play him raw. Get 666 is actually one of the fastest killer in Forsaken. His ability deals insane damage, some literally gives him free distance, and can end chases far faster than people expect. In this video, I'll show you why he's broken and how to completely remove his biggest weakness. I've played Get 666 long enough to understand why most people fail with him. Once you fix this one mistake, he becomes a nightmare. Let's start with what actually makes Get 666 strong, and it's not raw damage. On paper, his damage is average. In practice, he wins chases because they win distance. If you compare movement over time, Get 666 consistently closes gap far faster than most killer. Every ability in his kit either gives distance, converts stamina, or both. That's the part most players miss. Now let's break it down. First, carving slash. After holding M1 for 1.4 seconds, Get 666 lunges forward. If it hits, it deals 10 damage and apply hermifage. If it misses, you lose 10 blood and receive slowness 1 for 2 seconds. On paper, that sounds risky. In practice, it's one of his best pacing tools. Carving slash is excellent for gaining distance and applying chip damage. You can even use this when you are low on stamina, lunge forwards without the slow effects, then continue the chase with recovered stamina. Next is Infernal Cry. When it hits a survivor, Get 666 gains speed gradually during the chase, up to a 10% movement bonus. This is an ability you want to abuse as much as possible. The longer the chase lasts, the more value it gives you. Then there's Blood Rush, which applies another speed boost. This is best used when a survivor is far away or when you are low on stamina and need to re-engage. Finally, Demonic Pursuit. This ability is your long-range closer. Use it when the survivor has created significant distance or when you need to instantly close a gap. Every time you use Get 666 abilities correctly, you gain distance and conserve stamina. And in Forsaken, distance and stamina decides who wins the chase. People say Get 666 is bad because he's easy to loot. If you chase like a normal killer, you will never catch up. Because Get 666 has a wider hitbox, he can't take tight turns. You lose stamina, you lose distance, and the survivor wins the loop. But if you do this instead, things get very different. Watch closely. First, I use Infernal Cry for a 10% speed boost. Then I immediately chain Carving Slash. That combo alone covers a massive amount of distance. Instead of getting infinitely loop, you gain huge stamina advantage and end the survivor in under a minute. This is the difference between Get 666 feeling weak and feeling unfair. It gets even more ridiculous when you pair this with Blood Hunt. Let's say a survivor loops you for a while and you start getting frustrated. Instead of forcing the chase, you rotate. You farm blood from other survivors, activate Blood Hunt, then re-engage your target. Now watch this. When Infernal Cry hits, you gain speed 1, a 10% speed boost, and an extra 4% from Blood Hunt, ending the chase in under 20 seconds. When you play Get 666, you want to abuse Blood Hunt as much as possible. To do this, you first apply hermifage to the survivor, then activate Blood Hunt and land Demonic Pursuit. Why? Because during Blood Hunt, Demonic Pursuit deals bonus damage based on how long the survivor had been afflicted with hermifage, roughly 0.4 damage for unhealable HP. If you extend a wind-up, the base damage increased even further, reaching around 40 base damage. And if the survivor is already hermifage, the damage spikes to a disgusting damage. Another thing I want you to note about is that Get 666 struggle in last man standing, because Blood Rush can't be used, so you don't want it to be a fair 1v1. You pre-damage the survivor, controls who die first, and force the last survivor to fight injured. Play correctly, the endgame is decided before it's even started. Common mistakes and tips. One thing I see all the time is players sprinting immediately after a missed Carving Slash. That feels natural, but it actually makes things worse. You are slowed, you burn stamina, and the survivor gains distance. If you simply wait it out literally 2 seconds, you recover stamina and keep pressure instead of throwing the chase. There's also a small detail most people overlook when using Carving Slash. It isn't just a gap closer. When it lands, it's apply hermifage, which gives you blood. Pair it with Infernal Cry, and you gain around 30 bloods while keeping the momentum for Blood Hunt. Another thing that separates good Get 666 player is awareness of the loop itself. Not every loop needs to be run. If the structure isn't tall, Demonic Pursuit lets you bypass the path entirely, cutting survivors off and forcing free damage. Once you stop making these mistakes, Get 666 stop feeling situational. That's when you realize why he outclasses most killers. With Get 666, one mistake from the survivor is enough. You close distance instantly and turn hits into devastating combos. Other killers get stalled at loops. They have to wait, play mind games, or give up entirely. Get 666 doesn't wait. He deletes loop with raw speed and constant pressure. With all of that being said, it's time to prove that sketch is better than a table. If you want more 4-second tech like this, subscribe. I post 4-second breakdowns every week.